My name's Ben, and today we've got this absolutely stunning 2024 on a 24 registration Porsche 992 Carrera T. We love the Carrera T because we're into our cars, and those of you that are into your cars will know that this is the driver-focused 911. It stands for it's basically a 911 lightweight, so there's a few differences between this and, say, a Carrera S. That just make it stand out. And this particular T is by far the highest specification one we've ever seen. It's finished in ice grey metallic, again, the only 992 we've personally ever seen in this colour, and we think it suits it really nicely because being a Carrera T, you get some contrasting coloured items like the door mirrors in this sort of metallic grey paintwork. But almost £20,000 worth of cost options on this car. And being a Carrera T, it comes with some big options as standard anyway, so such as PASM sports suspension, the sports chrono package. You know, if you option those on a Carrera S, they're big expensive options. They're standard on a T, but this car's still got £20,000 on top of those items. So it's a really, really highly specified example. One owner from new, and we'll walk around and point out as many of the options as we can. So first of which, at the centre of the front bumper here, there's two items to talk about. The first is the radar in the bottom. So this car has adaptive cruise control with inno drive, which means that it will self-drive itself on a motorway up to a certain speed. And just above that radar, we've got the forward-facing camera for the 360 surround camera system that the car's fitted with. Those eagle-eyed of you who know your Porsches will have already noticed it's also a sport design kit. So you've got this slightly different styled front bumper and the bigger splitter across the front. The headlights are Porsche's LED matrix light system, and they are finished in black. So PDLS Plus matrix lights with the black surround is the most expensive light option you can have on this car. Coming around the side, we've got the RS Spider design wheels, 20 inch at the front, 21 inch at the rear, and finished in this sort of metallic grey paint, which contrasts really nicely against that ice grey and fits in really nicely with those metallic grey door mirrors, which are standard on a Carrera T. We've also got grey brake calipers with the Porsche logo on them behind there. And again, we think the wheel suits this car beautifully. We've got the decal down the side here, so the 911 Carrera T logo down the side. And you'll see on the bottom of the door mirror as well, the side cameras for the 360-degree cameras. Also the extended side skirts as part of that sport design package. And if I just open the car and you have a look inside, you'll see the beautiful interior. So extended leather across the tops of the door cards and the dashboard. Again, an important option on any 911 these days. And then you've got that beautiful sort of heritage style cloth centres to the seats with the smooth leather on the outsides of the seats. And another massive option in this car is to have the glass opening sunroof. Again, quite a rare option on a Carrera T, but just makes it so much more usable every day. And you may have noticed as well that there is no rear seats. So as standard, a Carrera T does not come with rear seats, which A, is because it's a lightweight car. You've also got lightweight insulated glass as well, which again is different to a Carrera S. So the car itself is in general lighter than a Carrera S. Coming around the back, we've got the clear exclusive design rear light. We've got painted badges in, again, that sort of Carrera T, same colour as the door mirrors and the wheels, and also the Porsche logo painted in that colour as well, along with the slats on the boot section here painted. So that is a cost option. And the clear sort of pause brake light in the centre there. We've got the switchable sports exhaust system with the black tailpipes. Again, very important option. And then reverse camera is just underneath or just above the number plate here rather. And then coming around the driver's side, we'll jump inside and talk through some of the interior options. Whilst we're actually here just looking at the rear axle, the car has rear axle steering as well, so it's very manoeuvrable. Again, a big cost option on one of these cars. And just jumping inside now, we'll start with the driver's door card, which, as I touched on before, across the top here is trimmed in smooth leather. That's a cost option. Normally it's sort of crinkled plastic leather. This is much nicer and just improves the overall feel of the car. And then we've got these painted black dashboard inserts. So on the door cards here and across the dashboard centres, you'll see shortly. 18-way adaptive sports seats. So again, the most adjustable seats you can have in the 911 with memory settings for the driver's side here. Power folding door mirrors, again a cost option. And then down in the bottom of the door card here, you'll see the Bose tweeter for the sound system. I'll turn the car on now. I would do if the key was in here, bear with me 2 seconds. There we go, the key is in here, so I'll just fire it up for you. So you've just seen there's so much adjustment on the seats. They are electrically adjustable. And in the steering column, you can move forwards, backwards, up and down as well. And speaking of the steering wheel, there's lots to talk about on here. So we've got metal shift paddles behind the steering wheel for if you're driving in manual mode. It is also a heated steering wheel, so there's a button down the center there, and you'll see steering wheel heating switched on. Very nice. And then part of that sports chrono package is you get the drive mode switch on the right hand side of the steering wheel here. So you can twist this round and you'll see we've got normal, sport plus, sport, individual, and also a wet mode, which is new on the 992 models. And in the center there's a button there for a sport response button, so you get full power for 25 seconds. If you just want to nip past somebody on a lane, you can do so with that button. And then we've got our multi-function controls. On the right hand side here, we can change this right hand screen. So if I scroll up and down, you'll see there's lots of different things you can view here. Your drive modes, your tyre pressures, your G-force, the sports chrono, and also the sat-nav map, which is a lot of people's favourite. On the left hand side, we've got our multimedia controls and our voice activation. Down behind the steering wheel, we've got our cruise control stalk, and again with the distance setting, because as we mentioned before, it is adaptive cruise control with the Inno drive, so it will drive itself, and that is all controlled via this stalk down here. And then coming back across to the center screen now, so if I just skip through these menus here, and you'll see we've got the updated 992 infotainment system, which means you've got wireless full screen Apple CarPlay, and if you see here, Android Auto, and as you see, it is full screen, so very useful to have that. Also very easy to switch straight back to the Porsche system if you need to, and you can go onto Porsche's own navigation there. If I got the car into reverse, you'll see a big reverse camera and that bird's eye view on the right hand side. Obviously the driver's door is open at the moment, but that will complete a full bird's eye view when you've got the driver's door closed. And the last thing in here to show you is just a couple of the settings you've got. So you've got your sports exhaust, you've got the rear spoiler on the back of the car, which you can raise up and down as well. And then you've also got, in this particular car, ambient lighting, so you can change the colour of that and the brightness, and it lights up in the door cards, around the centre console section here, and in the roof here. It shines down on your control panel, so it's very nice to have that ambient lighting. And then coming down the dashboard, we've got a shortcut for the sports exhaust button, our dual zone climate control at the top here, and down the centre we've got our heated seats for both driver and passenger, 3 levels of heat on there. And then our roof control, so we will run the roof and show you what that looks like when it's open. So if I push this down, the whole roof will slide back, and you've got this wind deflector that pops up at the front here, so it's really nice to have that sunroof on a day like today in the UK where it's over 20 degrees. It's a beautiful option to have on your car. And then I'll just turn the car off, jump outside and summarise what a special car this is. So as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's a 2024 model car and year car, so it's under Porsche warranty until 2027, which is really, really important. It's one owner from new and almost £20,000 worth of options on a Carrera T. And as we mentioned at the beginning, those of you who are into your cars will know that the Carrera T is the model to have. My name's Ben. I hope the video's helped. Thank you very much for watching.